I mean, in the first place, cannabis use was on the rise all the way through the 80s and the 90s, and it had been a Class B drug since 1971. So there's no evidence that reclassification from B to C made much difference to the levels of use. In fact, all the government statistics show that use has kind of levelled off or even fallen slightly. We supported the reclassification in 2004 simply because it promised that there would be less police time devoted to all the paperwork and bureaucracy associated with arresting people for small amounts of cannabis on the street. And that does seem to have happened. There is less police time being spent there, which means, police resources are scarce. They can be used to deal with more serious offences. The issue here about reclassification, of course the debate now is whether we should reclassify back to B again, is what difference is it likely to make? Is it going to make any difference to police powers? No, because they have the same powers to arrest traffickers under C as B. That won't change. Will it reduce the numbers of people using cannabis? No evidence of that at all. In fact, recent research showed that amongst a group of young people who do have serious cannabis problems, it doesn't make any difference to them what classification is they're going to use it. Is it going to prevent people suffering from mental health problems? No, it's not. So really, we don't see any evidence to support the idea. And as far as sending messages out, well, there's, again, no evidence that people who want to use cannabis are going to take much notice of political messages from politicians. Our bigger concern in all of this is to make sure that there are proper treatment services available and mental health services available for when people do get into problems with cannabis, as some of them will do, no question about that. Nobody would suggest it's a harmless drug. But that's where the real battle should be fought. We think that the whole issue about B or C is just a distraction from what the real issues are. I think the stigmatisation of people with drug problems is a serious problem, but it also has to be remembered that it goes back a very long way. It actually goes back before a time when these drugs were even illegal. It goes back to the late 1930s, 20th century, when heroin, cocaine, cannabis, all these drugs were perfectly legal, but still people who got into difficulties with drugs like heroin and morphine, were stigmatised as evil people who were inherently devilish and all the rest of it. The problem with legalisation is, I can understand that some of the arguments are quite compelling. However, DrugScope is a membership organisation. Most of the people who belong to DrugScope work in frontline drug treatment services, and they see, the fallout from increasing levels of drug use. And there would be a deep concern that while there may be more revenue money, we spend a lot of money on the drug treatment system anyway. It's not as if the treatment system is underfunded. There are issues about whether the money is being used effectively, but there certainly isn't any shortage of it at the moment. So there is real concern about what the health implications would be of having, drugs like crack or heroin much more readily available than they already are. There's also an argument that says, well, if you legalise drugs, organised crime will disappear. But that seems a little naive. We're talking about a multi-billion-dollar industry internationally, and it feels unlikely that organised crime would completely walk away from that. You could see them being the ones who set up legitimate companies to produce these stuff. So the profits, I'm sure, would still flow to organised crime eventually, however it happens. But it is a conundrum. It is a problem. The Americans have been struggling with drug problems for over 100 years, and they haven't really kind of nailed down what we should do. I think DrugScope's view on this is the emphasis really needs to be on doing as much as we can to reduce the harms that drugs cause, rather than imagine we could actually deal with all the drug harms simply by making these drugs widely available. Look at the situation with tobacco and alcohol. Way more people die from alcohol and tobacco related incidences and all the drugs put together. So from a health perspective, at least, even from a criminal point perspective, legalisation, while it sounds like the big magic bullet, has still got lots of imperfections associated with it.